Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Charlie back with another banger. You know the deal. Today we had another great episode on the podcast. We had Futo and Real from Never Endeavor Records to come talk about their story a little bit, talk about some good, some hot topics about music and shit. So it was a good, it was a good episode. I'm glad that I got to collab with some of these people that just put me on their staff. Starting to get some good connections, and yeah, just stay tuned, guys. Peace. Yo, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to click that little bell, flip that little bell right there. Flip that motherfucker. Yeah. And also, yeah, share, because that's the biggest thing for me is networking. So, thank you guys. Peace. All right. What's good, YouTube? How you guys doing? This is the best episode ever. We got Real and Futo here joining us for this podcast, for this episode. So, that's a blessing. They are over from Endeavor Records. You guys want to tell us a little bit about yourselves? Doesn't matter who goes first.
Appreciate you.
Word.
Yeah, thank you for the intro. Appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I can intro a little bit. Yeah, I'm Real. I go by Real is Rare of MC. I kind of started music around 2020ish, and solo.
Hell yeah.
But last year, I kind of found Endeavor as a group, and Futo was kind of like, "Who are you? Join." I need
Yeah.
just join. Just like, come on. You can. And so
Yeah,
it's just been like, go ahead.
I kind of pulled him by his ears into the group by accident. Like, he was showing some interest in doing some record label work, and I was like, well, if you're looking to start your own label, then you should come join us. Because that's what your idea was originally, wasn't it? I think you wanted to start your own group of some sort. And we just kind of collaborated on that.
Yeah, I wasn't technically thinking label-wise, but I was just all-around producer, kind of like trying to help artists locally kind of figure out how to interact with the internet and in a better way, because everybody's so used to on location shit. You got to go to the studio, then you got to get a CD,
Yeah.
or then
Absolutely.
put it on a Spotify, and then get local buzz. Everybody was more worried about local buzz.
Yeah.
Jumping on Mike nights at like studios and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty popular. But a lot of
Jam
that
sessions
died.
and shit, bro.
Jam sessions were huge. I've been to so many of those.
Hell
Even
yeah.
just like going to a bar and having like a random band that plays, but they're just like fucking around.
Right. Just having fun.
Because it's a smaller bar, it ain't no like big location with hundreds of people or nothing.
Right.
But
It's local.
all that died in 2020. Like, I feel like most of those bars closed. So kind of interacting online, showing artists how to, So when I found Discord and got with Futo and found Endeavor, like I was ready. I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I've been. Yeah, y'all are on the vision finally.
Finally, right.
Oh man, I needed Discord this whole time.
Right.
About gaming in Discord, streaming in Discord. No one ever says music in Discord, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So as soon as I figured that
That's
shit
so
out,
true, actually.
That's so facts.
no one
man.
ever says that.
Hell yeah.
But it's the
That's a good
biggest
point.
thing for me with music is Discord, man. If it weren't for this shit, like I could go without most other platforms.
Right.
Besides Discord, YouTube, maybe Reddit. I like Reddit for a lot of information.
Hell yeah, man.
And then as a group altogether, we're kind of figuring this shit out ourselves. We're just like, hey, we see what the majors do. We don't like a lot of that. We see what the indies do.
Yep.
We like a lot of that. We don't really want to be in either one. So it's like,
Right.
fuck do we even go? So we're just kind of figuring out what's best for certain types of people's paths and then showing them, hey, we think this might work for you.
Yeah,
Try
man.
this shit out. Let us know if it works. Like
Yeah, for sure.
an anthill trying to find food. That's basically
Nah, I get it, bro. Hey, nah, that's real talk, bro. I feel like the grind for musicians, especially like Discord, because I feel like it's a small minority of musicians actually like trying to use Discord as a tool. You know what I'm saying?
fine.
You got anything to add to that, Futo?
Oh, I got lots to add to that. I just wanted to real. So
Word.
yeah, Endeavor really, we kind of just started as a artist helping artists out. All of us kind of started like fresh in the music at the time, at least the group I was with. And really it started as like a playlisting thing where like we wanted to do a group of people everybody gets their song on it, and everybody listens to it every day. Now, found out that's actually against TOS of Spotify,
Oh wow.
so that kind of went out the window really quick. And that's around the time I think I met LVST. Shout out to LVST. He's a big portion of why Endeavor's even around today. Um, Basically, found him. He was doing his own little group. Um, and I kind of wanted to do it too. I like the idea of Endeavor and the whole record label thing and artists helping artists.
Yeah,
And I kind
absolutely.
of worked myself into his group a little bit to the point where he just kind of dropped it on me and Real almost later. And now we've been kind of operating and running the show since then. But originally there was a guy named LVST that kind of kickstarted this whole thing off. So
Okay.
there's a little bit of homage to him, of course, because can't leave that part out.
Hell yeah. It's good stuff,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, so like I guess to tag on to that, who are some of your guys' biggest inspirations, and like what kind of inspired you to pursue a career in music?
So for me and myself, my entire family is into music. Like we all play guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was like 7 or 8. Like I have guitars all around me, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Um, but really, I think it was my uncle. He used to be in a band called Larry Downing Band growing up,
Okay.
and he kind of is the one that kicked me into music production a little bit. He was showing me some things with his setup and his, you see someone's studio and you're just like, what is all this for? Like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck does that do? What the fuck does this do? You're looking all
Right.
around, super fucking confused.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it kind of intrigues you, and you're like, well, I want to play with that. Like, I want to fuck
See what's
around with
going
that
on with
shit.
that. Yeah, absolutely. Here's some different
Yeah.
sounds and
So
shit.
and he was dropping me shit like Abbey Road fucking stems and shit from fucking the Beatles and stuff like that to fuck around with when I
Yeah.
first started. They were like not found on the internet. You can't find this shit. And like he's got old shit from like back in the 70s and crap that's like really nice to work with.
Word.
And yeah, that really got me into it. Like I was playing around with remixes and stuff and just fucking around. Got started into Ableton, which is my first DAW.
Hell yeah, man.
And I used to kind of go back and forth between Soundtrap and Ableton when I was learning. And then I fully transitioned to Ableton.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it's been fun since. So
That's what's up, man. What about you, Real?
Man, I've been pretty into music for my whole life. I know my moms and family members had videos on like VHS recordings and shit of me playing music when I was a kid. I don't really remember none of that, of course.
Yeah.
Piano and guitar definitely my mainstays. If I can play something on piano or if I hear something on the radio, I can figure it out on
Yeah,
piano.
bro. It's
If I can play it there, I can figure it out on guitar. So I kind of keep those two. I want to learn more outside of those instruments, like actual physical instruments, but it's just been VSTs other than that.
right.
As far as influences, though, really'd have to shout out like Chris Webby and Tech Nine
absolutely.
and a lot of like
Tech
I've
Nine. Yo, shout out KC. We in KC right
Okay.
now. Yeah.
You mind, bro, and huge music scene over there. It ain't like that here no more. It used to be big here until I'll be honest, J. Cole probably like changed music and sound in North Carolina so much that the music scene changed with it,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then 2020 just killed it because
Yeah.
it was going good, but there was no backing.
Mhm.
Everybody was supporting themselves. There was no like clubs, no
There's no real
scene
traction.
to help it. Yeah. So as soon as 2020 came along, everybody was like, "Fuck this shit," and or you had a lot of people who transitioned to music like I did. But
Hell yeah.
I met Chris Webby once. I got a picture with him I found the other day. So I'm glad I still got that. And he was a huge influence because I watched him grow from just like a niche kind of like weird genre that nobody was jumping on. Nobody was talking about these like weird topics and bars and putting
Yeah.
this nerdy
Triple
stuff to
entendres and bullshit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
At the time, it was just kind of like, oh shit, okay, this is possible, doable, and will pop off.
Yeah.
And then going to some of his earlier shows that were just bars with like 100 people or so, and just literally sitting at the bar, me and my friends just chilling there, and he just we got pulled to the back to chill and drink with him and smoke with him for a second. So and got
Yeah, man.
pictures. So little shit like that was just like I want to fuck with this whole like I just always into underground music. K Reno, Aquelio, like I could go on and just list a bunch of music that I feel like nobody listens to but me.
Yeah,
So
I get that. That's so
so
much.
that was my big inspiration was I want to see the underground. Everybody's out here making music I didn't know about. And so I just kept diving. Like
I gotta say, I think my biggest inspiration is an art, like for artists, because now I'm a producer. I don't rap in any way. I don't do any vocals.
Yeah.
But for me, I think Russ was probably the most kicking
I love
artist
Russ.
in the industry.
Hell yeah, Russ.
Just because like what he's talking about is so like
Mm-hmm.
it's motivational in so many ways. Like he started his own fucking group. Like the reason why he is famous right now is his own entire doing, and like that's kind of what
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd love it if we can make our own. You know what I mean? Like just build up our
Similar
without
kind
anyone
of
else's,
thing.
like yeah. Now I don't necessarily like we're trying to be a record label, and I'm not sure if he even runs a record label or how his system works, but all I know is the guy started from the bottom, had nobody sign him for years, and he's now like one of the biggest rappers probably in the industry, I would say. Not like the best, but he's definitely one of the bigger artists for sure.
Headlines, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. So he
Yeah.
was a very big inspiration for a lot of people, I think.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for answering some questions. I guess we can really get into some picks. Actually, I have one more question. What's some inspiring stories from your like big struggles starting out? And like how did you and if that affected you in a career shift?
What do you mean?
Like
Like,
I don't know if you like were you in a different field before music? Yeah, like how
so
did
actually-
how did you overcome some struggles?
I might go off a tiny bit. I'll really try not to.
Come on,
but
talk to me,
okay,
bro.
so
We're
right-
here to talk. Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Right before okay, so right before I got into music, I worked for a company called Hexo, which is like this company right here.
Okay.
Not the free
No,
promo.
they're a cannabis.
free promo.
No, they're gone. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. But anyways, long story short, I worked at a cannabis facility for 4 years, bouncing back and forth between like middle of Ontario to outer Quebec, and
Okay.
that was really annoying. But anyways, long story short, I got into like producing hash, working with joints and stuff like that. My everyday was just getting my hands dirty in weed, which was fucking awesome. I loved it so
Hell
much.
yeah, bro.
And I oversaw like an entire team of like 50 people. Like my floor was like my life in my blood. Like it was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Like I wanted to work in weed, and they shut down my facility after they bought it out. After I just moved out to Quebec, like 6 months after I moved out, and they pulled the plug on the on the
The
fucking
whole
project.
thing, bro. Fuck.
And I'm stuck out in Quebec, not speaking their language, trying to find a job. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go on my own path and start my own shit.
Yeah.
So with Endeavor, that's kind of where my head's been at too. I have other jobs and stuff right now, like lined up, and I'm working other jobs and shit, but I don't like them. I hate them. That's not my passion anymore.
I feel
and
that,
my
man.
full passion now is coming home and putting a full like effort into Endeavor and music every single day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's good shit. I guess we can get in some picks now. What do you guys? How do you guys feel? How do you feel about this new generation kind of explore like with the exploration of being a streamer, YouTuber, musician extraordinaire? How do you think that's gonna shift in the next few years and boil over?
with AI, are you saying?
Yeah, I mean a whole bunch of shit, bro. We can get into AI. We can get into just like
Well,
performing. Just locally. In general.
as far as artists having to kind of basically be content creators to really support themselves, I think that has to kind of do a lot with the platforms to like really what are we seeing from streaming music
Yeah.
opposed to streaming video games
Mhm.
or streaming just bullshitting or talking or just, like you can make as much money being creative as you can being social almost.
Yeah.
So mixing that kind of parasocial relationship online with people who listen to your music just kind of snowballs itself. And I think once people kind of saw that and saw that, hey, not being some Hollywood stuck up that's like not interacting with fans doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
You interact with fans, they fucking love you. Think about, I was just shouting out Chris Webby. Why? Because the motherfucker interacted with me.
Yeah. It's more than just getting yourself out there. Yeah.
Exactly. And then that's just something that overall you latch on to as a listener, and you kind of miss as an artist that's there, because you don't really see the other person's side.
Yeah.
Unless you're really talking to them. So I think that has a huge thing to do with it.
Word.
Because I mean,
I think you
about
said it. I think you said it
a
right.
lot.
I think you said it exactly how I feel. Yeah, no, I don't really have anything to add to what you said. That was good, man.
Word. So do you guys, like, I guess to add on to that, like with this I guess the newer generation of people that just kind of want to aspire into doing something with the internet, I feel like do you feel like not all of these organizations are nonprofit, but I know United Masters are, and like DistroKid, and then there's a couple others. I don't think DistroKid is though. But do you guys feel like those outlets kind of make it easy to feel disposable, like to add a stream of songs to somebody's algorithm? You know, add good content and promotion to people's music. How do you go about that? Like label? Like, are you guys label or go with United Masters or some shit?
I don't know.
United Masters.
United Masters.
Not familiar?
Neither
Like
do I.
United Masters is
No.
just basically DistroKid. It's like, you know, all those kind of
You're
like
saying
sites.
Platforming yourself.
Yeah,
versus,
just simple
like,
platforms. Yep. Like sole proprietor type shit.
I
Got
mean,
you.
yeah,
Okay,
it makes it easier
yeah.
for sure. Go ahead, Futo.
Yeah.
Sound like you had a good thought.
So, I believe the distribution system is, and I don't know if I understood the question fully, so forgive me if I say this wrong, but I don't really like how the distribution service is working within the industry right now. They make it very difficult for artists, in my opinion, to actually get their music out there and release and hit the algorithm.
Okay.
If you're not like an SEO wizard or something like that, or if you don't have, because there's so many artists, I think, in my opinion, that are actually good and they deserve to be in the spotlight, but they're not because, you know, this Spotify just keeps pushing them down or the algorithms fuck them. And I'm not sure anything about United Masters. I'm not sure about any of these other programs that are willing to help these artists out. With what we were trying to actually accomplish ourselves to offer to artists without them having to go to a program like that.
Word.
In my opinion, that was entirely what we were doing. Like, we're trying to give somebody the opportunity where they don't have to spend any money. They have full options to, you know, back out of our group whenever they want.
Yep.
Get full promotions and whatever, you know, I mean, the whole works or whatever. But with distro, like, that's where we kind of were trying to handle that for people, because it's so sketchy and like it doesn't work always. Like, I release so many songs on distro now, where if you don't, like, if you're a brand new artist and you're just like, okay, I just distro it and throw it out there, and you just hope, you cross your fingers and hope for the best, and you don't understand that you have to promote it and actually do the legwork for that song, it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, like to add on to that, me and Swillow were talking last episode about some like
Yep.
streaming services and shit. How like, I mean not to get all numbery and shit, but like the royalty rate for like streaming services around the revenue that goes around is like 15%. And to me, bro, that's bogus as fuck, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, owning 50, like, how would you feel if you like dropped a fucking song and you receive 15% of your fucking earnings, bro? I'd be pretty pissed. You know what I'm saying? So like,
No, it's too much.
I do fuck with these streaming services because they allow DIY and non-traditional musicians to approach the scene. But I don't fuck with like the actual like statistical way that these streaming services are acting, you know.
I start looking
I
at
agree.
it kind of
I
like,
completely agree with you.
I kind of started looking at it kind of like merch too. The merch point.
Yeah.
We're going to like, okay, let's do what everybody else seems to be doing.
Yep.
Let's start a Printify, and then start a Shopify, and then that links to a Printify, and then all of these fucking things got subscriptions and fees for every transaction or every sale. And by the end of the day, you're making like $3 on a shirt.
Right.
And then there was just, I knew there had to be a better way to do this shit.
Absolutely.
Literally, you can do all of that shit yourself. You just gotta put in the time to plan it out. And I mean, the website portion that knocked out half of the fucking fees right there just by getting rid of Shopify. And
Hell yeah.
Google Sites. That is a huge bonus for any artist out there trying to get your own website. You got Google Sites right there. Just Google Sites. There you go, right there.
Word.
But
Yeah,
and then
I
that
agree.
was a huge shift. So I mean, just kind of thinking that, but with music, there's other avenues. When you start seeing those fees, look for other ways around those fees, other platforms, other ways to. Even that comes to like producers or anything. You know, you got some kind of Fiverr that's like this high. Shop around for prices that are better than that shit, because
Word.
you got lists and you got search algorithms to search
Mhm.
every fucking
Mhm.
artist and creator out there that's listing their service. You can find some prices on better shit.
Yeah. Swallow, any takes on that?
Speaking of like when it comes to live streaming and payouts, you also got to look at how much you're getting paid per stream, especially when it comes to like the recent like botting that's been happening. Something that Russ talked about in an interview with Flagrant is he didn't name any names, but like 100% they're being inflated, so people who are actually trying to make a living off of it are not getting paid what they really should be, because big artists, they're inflating numbers with no repercussions.
You
Yep.
know, it's funny. You just hit on a big point, in my opinion, too, that actually is huge in the industry. You know what the biggest? Okay, so who made the most money in the gold rush? Take a wild guess. Who made the most money in the gold rush? Just a wild thought.
California?
It's not
Does it start with
California?
W?
California? I don't know.
It's not a single person. I'll tell you that right
Oh,
now.
it's
Well,
not
it is
a-
a single person, but
okay.
it's not somebody you'd be able to name off, because in reality, you just say like the group of people that did it. Really,
Cargo.
the people that made the most amount of money during the gold rush did not ever mine gold. Okay.
Oh,
The people
wow.
that made the most amount of money actually were the ones that provided the pickaxes, because not everybody struck gold, but everybody was buying a pickaxe to strike gold. Right?
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing with music software.
Yeah.
All software that you're buying, like the money is not in music. The money is in the artists. The artists are the money maker, actually, at the end of the
I've
day.
been pointing
The
that out.
most
The
money
brand.
goes back into this. It's not even just the brand. It's like, okay, the artist wants to make music. They want to master the music. They want to promote the music. They want to get different
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
all of this shit, all that money is money going into different areas and stuff like that,
Yeah.
where you're paying almost more than you'll ever make at the end of the day. And I'm not trying to deter anybody
Yeah.
from making music, but if you're not in that shit understanding where to make money, you're not going to ever make money on your career. You need to be there ahead of everyone else, ahead of the curve. And I'm not saying using like AI or anything like that. Don't fucking do that shit. But all I'm saying is, like, look into your legwork. Look into areas that you can necessarily promote yourself. That's not really like competitive marketing is very important. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yep.
essentially understanding how to market yourself is going to matter at the end of the day for you
Economic
to be a
side of that
successful
shit.
musician.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like you can't be successful without understanding all of that before getting it. You could put out bangers and bangers and
Well,
never go anywhere
Yep.
That's what I've been
unless
trying
you're
to tell
discovered, right?
producers, that you don't have to sit there and think that BeatStars is gonna carry you because you made a beat and you want to sell
BeatStars.
that beat. You know what I mean? Thinking about that's exactly how I don't
Like
even post.
BeatStars.
Catch me outside. How about that?
I want to have a file of my beats that I can show an artist that I'm communicating with and be like, here you go.
Absolutely.
If you fuck with one of these, it's yours. If not, I got other producers I can hook you up with. Maybe they got some beats that are more your style. And it's just more of this. If it weren't for networking, my beats would be useless. They would be sitting in a file by themselves. I
Yep.
could put them on BeatStars, but what's that gonna get me? $30 per beat in the long run? I'm spending more time on a beat than $30 is worth at a job. So
Yep. Absolutely.
I can work 4 hours at that job and then make more money than that beat. So really, the key to making money in music is
My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
at it, and you're investing your time into their future. They'll invest into you. With money.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
there you go.
I like that.
That's a big way to do
So-
it right now. Because we're not
Some of the
relying on
worst-
labels with all these fucking $1 million contracts and advances and I got a $2,000 budget for this. Let's go.
Yeah, got a grant for that shit. Let me go use it.
That's why people used to make like Timberland money back in the day.
Yeah. Futo, you had some shit to add?
Yeah, you definitely don't lose it. You had it.
Oh shit! I lost it.
It's okay.
I'm pretty sure I was gonna. I'm pretty sure I was gonna go off about the bots. The bot. Okay, so SoundCloud. You guys were getting on about getting followers and stuff like that.
Word.
So I think in my opinion, I have a pretty good SoundCloud with a good following on it. Like, I think I have over 2,800 people right now as followers. And
Good.
I will say this. Don't fall for the scammers who are putting themselves in your DMs, offering you promotions and marketing.
Yeah.
This is for anyone new because I swear to God, like I've watched like people like NoCon, who is a great guy in our Discord, has fallen a couple times for these scams where people are trying to help him out and get his music out there.
Word.
And they ruin his fucking algorithm because he doesn't know any better, right? Like he's just thinking that he's a brand new artist coming in and he's like, okay, sweet, someone's willing to promote me for $10. I'll send you $10.
Yeah.
Scammed, or he gets turned around and now his whole SoundCloud's screwed up for the next 10 years because
It's like
he's got to make a whole new SoundCloud.
Yeah, yeah. No, I see. Like I've dealt with that shit before too, and I've gotten bought it. Like I've had like a whole bunch of people think I've made a country. I've seen like people think I've made a country song and then like come through and post it on all their socials and be like, yo,
You'd
check
go
out
hard
this
on a country song though.
I appreciate you, but they'll be like, yo, check out this new country artist. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like how
There you go, Charlie.
But do you know how, Futo, do you know how that, like, those services even work? Like, who the fuck runs those little bot
I do.
accounts, bro?
I know everything about this,
Talk
actually. I've looked
about
into
it,
this.
bro.
I know exactly how it all works.
Talk about it,
I'm
bro.
weird. Okay. So there's actually something called SMM boards or SMM panels, I think they're called, or S something panels. I can't remember, but basically it's like a little program you can download, and it's a web script application that gets updated by a group. Usually there's like 10 or 20 different programs that are sold in different scripts and stuff like that, and all they do is they infiltrate your. I'm not sure how the actual like infiltration works, but basically they're getting into your account and somehow, and they're able to add fake accounts over and over and over and over again with this SMM panel that they've bought. It usually costs them money to buy this panel because there's a person selling the software that they've made for it, and usually now they're trying to make the money back for buying the SMM panel because the SMM panel purchase is like $2,000 because you can go around botting everyone's accounts, right? Like, you don't need any. You just click of a button, you got fucking people botting and shit. The other thing too is you need like a VPS.
Dudes just clicking away.
Oh yeah, dude, they got thousands of computers, man. They'll get like thousands of computers set up in a warehouse, set up with like this code running all of them and setting up, and like they'll have either botting, like view botters basically, where they'll just watch videos based, like they'll set a code up. Once again, an order, that code just enters all the computers. They all open links. These computers have already been flagged probably by IP addresses and other IPSs.
Yeah.
And anyways, long story short, what I'm really trying to get to is go the fuck out there on SoundCloud, go and find other people, go like, go comment, go fucking subscribe, go give feedback for no reason. Like, that's what's gonna get you real followers. That's what got me real followers. When I first started, my first 200 followers, I got botted by somebody. They came in and was like, hey man, and when I first started music, I had no fucking idea what I was doing. Buddy came in and was like, I can promote you. And I was like, oh, word, okay, like, yeah, like, what do I need to do? And he's like, just send me $10, it'll help. Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, sweet. So he got me 100 members. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I'm like looking through all of them. They all got fucking fake accounts, like every single person here on my account. So anyways, I deleted that account like immediately. Went on to a whole new account. Started literally going around and just liking, commenting, talking with people, getting that account to grow more.
Yeah.
And just getting real followers, like actual real people. And then also using other like, you know what I mean? You can go and find other websites that'll help you out too, like Submit Hub, Repost Exchange. Those two websites alone probably grew me the most just because you can get reviews on your songs as long as you give reviews back.
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
review for a review system. So you just get views, you know what I mean? You put your song out there, depending on how many reviews you give is how many reviews you get back. So a win-win system for any artist, really.
Yeah, and again with the botting thing, I think that's also how like streaming service can operate in some problematic ways. Because I think like botting makes like streaming service like that extremely unethical. Like there's not. I feel like.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They make playlists and then they ban people whose songs are on playlists they made for getting bought.
Yeah, but yet again, music streaming is still young, so it's like it's only natural that some shit would occur. You know what I'm saying? Like the internet grows and the industry changes. But I don't know. It's some shit. Like when you start some shit, it's different when you like, it's I feel like when you're starting some shit like that, bro, you just got to make sure that everything's at the peak of its. You know what I'm saying? It's the best quality ever because people are just gonna abuse it.
Yeah, and you
Well,
just
people
gotta
like to.
and see what's actually growing and what's gonna tank, and just kind of try and predict that shit like it's.
Oh yeah.
Itself.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
People
speaking
like
of
to,
algorithm,
What's
Oh,
up?
go ahead.
What's up?
are
Flo?
y'all interested in marketing on TikTok?
So hey, let's talk about it because so like I've actually been I just got verified on TikTok. So excuse me.
Hey, shout out.
So yo, follow the TikTok guys. You know what I'm saying? I do find that a way of streaming and getting your music out there, but the only thing I don't like about TikTok is that like it's like that's like the new one-hit wonder Billboard now. Like they you know what I'm saying, like you'll make a song like 2 years ago and then your song will blow back up like 5 months later. You know what I'm saying? Like it's super good for the moment, but I don't think that's good for the long run because you'll just be like, oh yeah, I know that guy, he's TikTok famous. You know what I'm saying?
Instagram's where it's at. I actually talked with a guy from like a big business. He does SEO research for my company I'm working with right now.
Word.
And he was telling me like the biggest people that pop off right now are on Instagram when they're doing 9 to 13 second long videos. That's what's popping off right now in the algorithm.
Yeah.
So that won't be forever, obviously. Like things change, right? Like people change their taste and shit. But with that specifically, I mean, that's a tip everybody should be into. Like posting small little clippets of your videos. Say, for instance, this podcast that we're doing right now, clipping them up and putting 9 to 13 seconds, little funny moments or like interesting points or something like that. It's a lot more effective than you putting a 30-second one or a minute, because nobody wants to sit through a minute long
That's true, man.
video, right? They got short attention spans. Everybody's got a short idiot attention span.
So
now.
with that being said,
So-
do you think competition is still like, you know what I'm saying, is that still a headline? Do you think there's still a lot of competition within the music like industry, and like how it's overly saturated with all this, new shit?
Especially with
Yes
AI.
and no.
Oh,
I would say yes. I disagree, but
I want to hear both of you guys, so one go first.
I will pivot with the AI, but we'll leave the AI topic out of my idea right now. Yes and no, because I think that most of the art that's coming, it's kind of like a natural selection in the art itself by the listener. If not enough listeners fuck with the art, then it's not gonna carry on no matter who it reaches.
Real shit.
But if you've got a lot of professional artists that are being pushed by media and companies and this and that, and their music sucks, well then now we've got all of this bullshit on the radio that no one wants to listen to.
Come on, brother. Talk your talk.
I will.
Yeah.
I will say. Now hold on, I am ordained. I will. I will say though that when it comes down to like pro music versus underground music,
Yeah.
I've been seeing a shift in both towards the positive. I feel like a lot of underground musicians are kind of finding their niche, their sound that's new genres, everything coming out. And then you've got a lot of professional artists that are either being held to their accountability lately, or they are just better artists.
Yeah.
And they're fucking flying up the charts because they have really good art.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out if they're crazy later.
Well, you answered my question, bro. I mean, like, real talk. I mean, to
Let Futo hit the AI.
oh yeah, Futo, yeah, hit that real quick. I'm sorry, I almost forgot.
I do for sure think that that's
Very good.
a
I think-
good point.
so I definitely disagree in some ways, but that's where we pivot in different ways and have our own opinions. But I would say no. I think it's overly saturated, the entire market. I believe it's going to get harder and harder as we go along with more AI, more people getting easier tools to work with.
Yeah.
AI is only going to make it streamlined for people that are brand new in the system, right? And they're just going to get better and better and better because of AI. So, and I'm saying it as in like, it's not just AI that can make the music for you. It's the tools that AI are now being incorporated into. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
like, it's making the task faster, easier, more simplistic, easier to understand. So the average Joe, who also has the same thought process and imagination that I do and you do and everyone else in this fucking room is, because you're all special just like everybody else.
Yep.
It's true. Everyone's special. Nobody is actually that special at the end of the day. Everybody's got creative talents.
No.
The minute you give that tool to those people, we're gonna have an influx. Like the easiness is really what's gonna change everything.
Yeah.
The availability to the tool.
And I will admit that AI will lower the shelf life on music, even if the quality rises, because that song's just gonna hit and then drop, and no one's gonna listen to it.
So do you guys know if like, so are people actually making like AI generated music?
Yes.
Yep.
Holy,
Absolutely.
bro!
Oh my god.
Holy
it's
fuck!
bad.
I'm late as fuck, bro. What the hell? Yo, people
But
are making
here's my
AI.
thing, I feel like once everything, like obviously we're experiencing growing pains because with every shift, you know, you're gonna crack some X type shit. I think that
AI
once
music?
AI kind of levels out, it'll become essentially just a media, and there will be people like abhorrently against it, just as they are any sort of, you know, controversy or like.
Doesn't matter
You
for the
look at
listener.
well, I do agree with Futo's point, but you look at meme music, and I feel like that's where people should, if they're looking at AI, they should look at the meme side.
Like the auxiliary side to the
Meme.
music,
Yes,
yeah.
look at where it's
Oh,
being
like those
used.
Minecraft text videos with
Yeah.
the AI singing to it? Oh
Yeah,
god,
man.
those are so
Or
stupid. I
Trump
can't even
versus
do it.
Biden rap battles, or you've got Snoop Dogg's classic album meme.
Epic rap
being
battles of
boom
history.
bap,
Yeah.
the fucking old school jazz album instead of boom bap.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you got all these weird AI creations that I really fuck with, and I think everybody in the comments look like they accept it, and I don't see nobody else in music saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want to hear Trump on fucking Spotify
Yeah.
rapping as an AI."
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
funny. Everybody
Well,
knows
yeah,
it's
but
funny.
Drake. Let's use Drake for a minute. Drake used Snoop, all right, without his permission,
Bad.
and Snoop.
You know what I'm saying?
Snoop turns around and is like, "He did what?
Yeah.
Mm.
When? How?"
So you're saying like that's kind of an outlet for people getting outed too.
Well,
Hear
let's
me out
think-
though, doesn't that create an economy to sell your own vocals? Like you now have.
It already has. That's what I was getting at.
Copy?
Was
Yeah,
Snoop
but
should
we
have had
don't know
a
the
more
laws about
angry.
that yet. Snoop
Sorry,
should
go
I
ahead.
feel Snoop should have been more angry about it. Yeah, and he wasn't. He didn't care.
Well,
he
keep
could've-
in mind,
He didn't give a shit.
He's either high as fuck, or you know what I'm saying, or he's just like thinking in deep.
No,
thought
but then he
about-
goes and defends Drake again. He just defended Drake a couple days ago about how Drake was talking about someone's wife or Kendrick's wife or something like that in an old song from way back.
Yeah.
And Snoop was like, "That's why you're mad," and like pointed out this whole thing in a TikTok. Basically, you have to go search it up, but it's interesting as shit actually.
Yeah.
It dropped like 2 days ago.
But no, it does open the market for people to be able to take for professional artists to be able to sell AI models to make music for anybody to sound like them. Yeah, that'll be a possibility in the future, but we don't know the laws on that type stuff. And then on the reverse side, when it comes
Woo, that's a big one. We don't know the laws on that type shit, bro.
Yeah.
We got Bruce
Yeah.
Willis selling his face already.
yeah.
when we have 300 space stations in the skies connected to planets and motherfuckers, we'll have Bruce Willis little AI clones that pop up and tell us
On the moon and shit.
tell us where to go because he's sold his likeness forever.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
Have Die Hard smash out of fucking hey restaurants. That
Yeah, but is he really dead at that point? He just lives on in the universe as a.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I
He's
mean?
Is
kinda
he
cool.
the first immortal? Oh no.
I guess I'm
Maybe.
nonchalant about it because I mean, before AI, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it, but Vocaloids. It's like a Japanese group they're not real artists.
What's your name?
They're Vocaloid, Vocaloid. They are essentially holograms, and even when you go to their concert, there's like this whole hologram screen and they dance, and their entire vocals are made up of electronic frequencies, and like they sell vocal models for it.
Yeah.
And it's a huge market, and it's good music, but like it is in itself its own genre, and I don't think it can compete with other genres.
Well, I think,
And it's pretty much AI at that point.
I think that's where the artists are gonna have to start taking ownership of their brand and their voice and themselves
Yeah.
back from these labels, because really, when it comes to these AI models, it's the labels that are gonna be advocating for all that shit because they own the IPs.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
They own it. Yeah.
let's say somebody AI clones one of our voices as an artist and makes fire music. How do we even approach that
Yeah.
shit?
How the fuck?
Where
Yeah.
do we even go?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I
Well-
mean. It sounds a little scary because you can be copied and stolen from and not even know it. And
I mean-
also, you gotta fight the people that like.
So Vocaloid is.
how can they prove
Let me read this
it's
chat real
AI
quick.
too?
Vocaloid is an AI-based technology created by Yamaha to fully support the musical expressiveness of creators from all perspectives. So that's a definition for you guys, chat.
That's like an umbrella, and then if you like search it up, there's like different. Like if you guys ever heard the name like Miku Hatsune, it's like an anime girl with blue hair.
Yeah.
That's a Vocaloid. She's like the quote unquote biggest artist of Vocaloid, and she's a hologram. You can like go to her concerts in Japan, and they got this big hologram screen, and she's dancing. But I think with everything, obviously it's a business. So AI, obviously we can't fight it. We're most likely going to just merge with it and make money for us. So we can, but you know, shit, Neuralink's coming. Who
I
knows?
think- I
but,
think-
for a reason.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But I think that now that we're talking about like, well, what are the legal ramifications of this? Record labels probably are already working on this type shit. Like that's why you see Bruce Willis. I mean, he's not in a record label, but like his manager was like, "Yeah, sell your face, dude. Get on it." So I'm sure there are people working on it, and I'm sure there's also like, give it 20 years, there will be most likely legislation given copyrights and stuff like this, and it will make it more complex. But like that's progression for you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I agree.
every country
Absolutely.
might be different with the laws too. I mean,
Yep.
we don't know that either.
Hmm.
I feel like that's the biggest thing though, right? It's like the unpredictability of AI. Like even if you like, I feel like even if you make it big and get your name at the top of the charts, it doesn't mean that you can rest.
look-
You can rest on like something stable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was that guy. I think the artist name was like Ghost something. but
Okay.
He was making AI Drake songs that were hitting the charts and shit, and then he had his music pulled. But technically, he hasn't been sued yet. I'm not too.
Oh, bro. So yeah, it's a
It's
lot
a
of
gray
legals.
area,
It's a lot
man.
of it's a gray fucking patch, bro. like.
So, for artists out there that are touching AI tools, make sure to just kind of stay away from vocal tools right now with AI until laws are solidified.
I don't know. The gray area seems like a great time to make money. Devil's advocate. That's all I gotta say.
Devil's advocate.
Don't know. True, but let's say if you did that, you need to brand that whole artist portfolio off of just that, because if that artist gets pulled, then you actually have your other music that's not AI made.
Yeah, you'll still have it up. You know. What
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah. No, that's
So
that's.
there's a lot of things that people need to take in consideration with this AI. I know personally, when it comes to just the growth of it, like in the art world, completely just destroyed it. And I thought robots weren't supposed to get creative first. Hold on, wait a minute. They were not supposed to be this creative. They were supposed to be.
Everybody wants an
everything-
AI boyfriend. You know, you just
But-
can't.
Right, bro.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Boyfriend's text.
Dude, oh, I saw that shit, bro. Bro, I saw that shit, bro. All right, we
What's
might
the
have
laws
to.
on that?
I might have to pull a clip of. We might have to watch it, but yeah, that shit was wild. Yeah.
I guess
guys.
I come from a perspective
I'll
of
show you Futo.
I don't use AI when it comes to music, and I don't think I ever would. But when it comes to like video development or video game development, I would love to just be able to make my own game. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
have everybody just be able to have that sort of influence with the media in their lives. And I feel like AI could be, you know.
You can already. You can do
Really?
exactly that already. They've
See,
already-
but
they've
that's what
already
I'm
started
scared of. You see how you said
developing
"see" already? Like that's scary as fuck, bro. Like
That's
what a
great.
dude.
Anything
No, it's
that
not,
can go.
dude. I'm so scared of that
I'm
shit.
excited for the future.
Bro,
If
the
you
f-
feel in control, you're okay. Just make sure you know what you're
Learn AI.
doing. Exactly.
Learn
Just
how to use AI. Implement
get
it
ahead
in
of the
your daily
game.
life.
And don't
Use it
let
like Google.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Exactly.
skip using
Or
Google now.
email.
Go right to ChatGPT every time. I'm not kidding. You're gonna find your answer way faster, way quicker.
Yep.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is just a much faster way to get your answer immediately, rather than having to go sift.
Hmm.
It's making your life a lot more efficient, and it's just taking like actually I kind of feel
So you
jealous
guys,
for the future
so are you guys,
generations, actually.
you guys are like pro AI, not necessarily.
No,
against-
we're like right in the middle. Right
Okay.
in the
Yeah,
middle. Like I don't know
in
what
the
to feel.
middle.
Okay.
I actually don't know.
It's a tool. It's like everything
Yeah.
in the world is a tool, and so you need to be the master of your tools in order to feel in control. If you don't know how to change the car, or sorry, if you don't know how to change the tire on a car, obviously you're gonna feel uncomfortable driving it because what if something happens? You don't know.
No.
But as long as you know what to do to fix your car, drive the shit as you want. It's fine.
And look at the way email transformed the world. Everybody was,
Yeah, just blow a head gasket. It's fine. It's okay for the car.
All right.
Yeah, boy.
It's perfect.
I mean,
No,
drop
cheap
a-
repair.
drop
Cheap,
a new
easy
engine, bro.
repair. Easy, exactly.
this comes from a guy driving a Cadillac, by the way.
Hey, yes, shut up. I like my caddy, okay?
Shout out the motorcycle gang.
Set up the
You heard?
motorcycle gang.
But nah, yeah, I'm on the fence about AI for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate
Get
you
a,
guys.
get a dirt bike. That'd be more fun.
Get a dirt bike.
Actually, yeah, I'm in New York now. I need one.
ATV.
Yeah, ATV too. I had that one.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys' input on that whole little I think we were really more talking about like the struggles of the industry, you know, like the lack of support and shit. So that was good. I fuck with that. What's your guys' take of the lack of knowledge in the industry, like navigating intricacies through the music industries, like legalities and, you know, publishing deals, copyrights, royalties, all that shit.
Well, that kind of dives right into where we were at because
Okay.
like that's where
Yeah.
I think, you know, utilizing tools like we have today is going to help individual artists that are brand new in the industry, where they're not understanding the laws and
Exactly.
Legality.
legalations.
The jargon.
Legalities, yeah.
Legalala. Oh, okay. Anyways, fucking shit. Yes. Anyways, brand new artists, they don't understand half this shit. Like, they're not gonna go out and know everything. The first thing they're learning is like, what DAW do I use? Like,
Right, what
where can I
software?
get free samples?
And what?
Where can I
do they
or
search
where?
this?
How do I write like structure and song structure, like all this?
And
shit?
not
You're
to
doing
mention-
all these things at once. Do you know what I mean? So
They
It's hard
purposely
for-
make
oh,
it
go ahead.
hard. Oh, sorry. No, you're good. They
It's-
purposely make it hard because obviously everything's a business. So now you need a lawyer, and that's where they get their money.
Yeah.
So
Oh well,
Absolutely.
not only that, but you also got to look at like the way terms are so abstract in music. Like, what is a master?
Yeah.
What is a master?
Oh,
file
right, like-
that is owned
Daddy?
by a record label. What is
Sorry.
that actually?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay,
Anyways.
that was funny.
I totally
But
missed
when
what
you
just
have-
happened.
When you have
It was funny.
when you have an entire file that's from start to finish, the beat constructed with stems, the vocals constructed of all of the actual recordings, they're
Yeah.
all being touched by their plugins right there natively in one project file where any aspect of that song can be touched, added, or mixed.
Yeah.
That's a true master file. Without
Mhm.
that, technically, a label considers you not owning your music. If you have your stuff all in bits and pieces, you made this part over here in this DAW, and you made this part over here in this DAW. I got the stems to this. Well, are those stems wet? Are they dry? Do you have both?
yeah,
Like,
what does that mean?
That's
Good
your
point. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
as an artist.
Wet
you
and
gotta
dry?
learn this shit, you know?
Yeah, so like you guys are telling me stuff. I'm kind of in the boat of exactly what you guys are talking about.
So-
you know, doing this for a couple months, don't really know what I'm
Wet
doing.
and dry is like your.
Plugins on.
How
or
to
off.
explain that?
Like dry vocals are purely
Oh.
just the mic.
Yeah.
Got it.
Wet vocals are
anything with the
Oh, got it, got it.
compression, reverb.
little verb or anything. Yeah, any like.
Oh, see, I call that
mix.
raw.
Yeah, well, exactly. Raw is the same way. Yeah.
Alright.
So if you have, or if you'll see on DAWs or plugins, they'll say dry. onto
Mhm.
wet. That's what the wet knob is. It's to
Okay.
turn it all the way off, basically, that plugin. So
Mm.
a lot of times when people are mixing you, your responsibility as an artist is to send over both versions. A
Yep.
wet version so they see your vision.
And then a dry version so they know.
do it.
Hmm.
Here's my thing though. So I've been doing that, and it's really hard kind of finding a producer that because like I feel like what a master is
Oh,
normalized
you can get
audio.
Master channel.
Well, a master. Here, let me give you
a mix and a master.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
That's fair.
A master really like a good definition of master is ensuring optimal playbacks on all mediums.
All devices.
Yeah.
On all
Yeah.
devices. Yep. That's exactly it.
And that's gonna be the best.
A mix is where you're getting your gain staging.
Yep.
Proper.
EQs and
doing
shit.
your actual effects and
Yep.
you're adjusting everything. That's the mix.
Yep.
So when you say master,
I mean mix.
it's your last
I mean
step.
mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard finding someone who like gets division even when you do send wet and dry. It's honestly, I feel like that's kind of like the struggle of an independent artist is kind of finding that like a perfect producer.
Can I give you a
let's talk
suggestion?
about it. Let's talk
Find
about
a
it.
please.
It's a
producer
good
that-
topic.
Find a producer that listens to you do your recording. They can sit there and listen to you do your recording. Has the beat before you start writing it. Okay. And kind of works on the vision with you while you're doing it, because you're going to get a lot more collaborative effort in that,
Sure.
and they'll see your vision ahead of time. Like something I heard from the Adam Lewis interview that we had on our last stream was he was saying that he said he gets mixes and masters all day, but he'll just get them thrown into his shit, and he's like, I got to do sometimes 5 to 6 renditions of that mix and master with the person because I'm
Yeah.
not seeing their vision. It's not his fault. He wasn't there at the beginning. He wasn't in the booth with the artist. Like, he wasn't there.
Point.
Include your producer more in all of the processes. You're gonna have a lot.
How do
better
you go
time.
about that if you're long distance, if you're on the internet connecting with people?
Stream,
The internet
send them the
makes it-
project files, anything you could think of. Really, anything you think
Okay.
of sharing your work.
Internet makes
Basically,
it
obviously,
so
long
easy.
distance is hard. So
Look at Lil Chris for an example, or Lil Melody. We'll sit into a call and he'll be like, all right, and then boom, he's starting to rap, and we're like, okay, well, we might cut his volume down a little bit, but we're still there. We're
Yeah.
kind of engaging, so that way we can give him tips after he's done with whatever verse. Or,
Yeah.
when we hear the recording back, we go, okay, well, you sounded like this when you did it raw, and now that vocal is making it sound like this.
Okay.
They have more of a reference point to kind of go from. That kind of goes
Yeah.
along with having the drive and wet stems too, or anything really. Like I don't know, as an artist it's hard to know all of the responsibilities that are being put onto us.
Yeah, brought onto
on
you.
Music.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly, because we don't know, like, until you're a producer and you see that side, you don't know as an artist what to provide.
Yeah.
And so that was my biggest thing, was kind of just diving into Fruity Loops in general. All we did was plug in instruments and play, record it all, and then save the projects. And we just kept doing that until we had problems, would fix the problems, and we would just keep jamming. Then when 2020 came along, I had 200 projects to just play around and mix with, and see if I could actually learn how to mix.
Fuck around with them. Yeah.
True. Fair. Yeah.
If it weren't for that, I wouldn't even know what to provide a producer to get my shit mixed too. So, but now my approach would be, if I have the beat and I have the beat stems, or I purchase the beat so I have the beat stems, I provide those too, because a lot of times vocals need space in the beat, so they
Yeah.
can be active to certain parts of the beat, not the whole thing. You don't want to be, you want to be as least destructive as possible. So just having the stems to the bass to be able to sidechain your vocal in just enough, like volume wise, huge difference in clarity with just something simple as owning all the stems. But
I agree.
Yeah. To add on that, I think producing is a hard thing, Swillow, because I think that's a field where you as an artist have to know what you're going for before you try to link with a producer. That's not always the case, but for me, I find a lot of writer's block when I'm not working with somebody that that's somebody that's like-minded, and somebody that has good qualifications for what you're trying to do. I definitely would go for somebody that's like related to, like, if they have occupations related to like theater, like managing film actors and shit like that, editors, because they just tend to have a little bit more like audio engineering qualifications, if you will. But I definitely find somebody that's like performed live or seen live music or that goes watch this live music, because it's a when you have a good ear for all types of genres, you can just you can get some good work done. So definitely look out for producers that have a feel for live music.
I will say, shout out to the boys at Endeavor. You two guys hooked me up with meeting Kat, and she has mixed and mastered a few of my songs. And honestly, she's kind of like the best I've ever, been able to work with. So yeah, again, thank you.
Shout out Kat.
For real. Shout out Kat, Endeavor.
So I'm excited and I appreciate that. Cause, I really think that she does really good work, and it's every
The AMVs.
different, So yeah, the AMVs are fire too, and me and her are both using the same program. So when I learn something in it, I'm like, hey, I gotta show you. I want to see what you do.
Yeah.
There should be a lot more little advances on that too, because I've been grinding in that program ever since the hurricane. It really makes a bored person figure some shit out.
Yeah, real. Yeah. What do you so like what's some examples of like producer skills, like, or some qualifications some producers you would think a producer would need to have to like really lock in with somebody?
Organization.
If you can answer that.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Organization.
I would say too is organization.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I think that's really about it.
As the artist is, if the producer gets jumbled, or like labeling is really good. Even man, that's a really good question, because there's a lot that producers have different aspects of, because production can go along with
It can go so many other ways. Yeah.
Well, you want somebody that generally works well with you too. Like, you don't want somebody that's going to be a negative person to sandpaper to your project. Sorry, or your process, right? So you want somebody that's going to be there for you to help you. And I feel like a lot of people kind of don't really nail that on the head. Really, some of them are really grimy, or like they feel like that you're wasting their time, or like the interaction. Like, I've worked with other producers that'll treat me like I'm this fucking big for some reason.
Oh yeah,
I'm
bro.
like, I don't want to work with you ever again. Like, I literally steer clear of them.
I don't know if y'all have recorded at studios, but on location, getting your stuff mixed feels very rushed and
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
I would have thought it was like the funnest part.
Well,
No.
it's a
It
process.
feels like the producer.
It's a job. The
watching
guy behind the thing is doing a
True.
job.
Yeah. It's
True.
I like my analogy with. Go ahead.
You're more renting the equipment than the producer.
Word.
Is in my eyes. So I feel like if I hit a studio, I want the file back so I can send it to a producer.
Yep, fair.
But maybe that's
So you
just
still
my
drag here all the time. No, man, I used to drag here to the same shit, because he'd record his stuff, come back home with it, and he'd try to mix it himself. But you know what he would do? He would re-record himself at home over top of the beat while it's playing out loud from his speakers.
Yeah, so like that's kind
So
of
you
like
could hear it in the background. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, put a headset on.
Yeah, bro. It's either that or like I say, like it's like like performing live without doing a sound check. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that everything's in line, because it's not gonna sound right if it's not.
My question is, how do y'all mix for live shows? Like, what's
Oh,
that?
so
like?
I'm.
And
so,
what's the sound?
Yeah,
system?
you asked me. Finally, somebody asked me an intern question. Let's go.
Hit me with it.
Yeah, so audio engineering. Let's talk about it. So I just got my
Wait, can I just ask one question before we change?
Let's do it.
Futo, is that a trash can in your background?
Don't ask questions.
Is it for the Dunkin'
I like-
Donuts on the other side?
No, it's for my beers. Sorry.
It's legitimately.
Can't even
just
reach it.
beers.
Speaking of, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I need to get a new one, and I don't want to leave. So
Cheers.
I gotta run like 10 feet away to get it. I need a little cooler now. I'm really jealous of Jay.
No, you just need another trash can on the other side, filled with undrank beers. So you just,
That would be
Exchange.
weird. Like,
I feel like it'd be symmetrical.
pull one out of the can.
Low key, this kind of looks like Ice Spice's new debut cover album, don't you think?
Wait, what?
You guys
you
seen
see?
What do
Ice
we-
Spice's new cover album?
I have not seen Ice. Should we pull it up? All right, chat. We're pulling it up.
There was a whole thing about how it looked like it was made by AI, and the fact that Y2K is on a trash can right next to her to the left, and it's got this like blue, purple, pink scheme to it. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
honestly, you might look
I see
better
it.
than Ice Spice did. Has also anybody heard about the lyrics and the discovery of what's
I
in
can't
them?
find it, but yeah, I'm sure it's something interesting.
I think it was like Miss Poopy.
Miss
Don't put me in a diaper or something like that. I can't. Don't quote me. Don't quote me.
Not sure. I'm not sure. I couldn't find it, but yeah. Let me give you a quick definition of audio engineering. So there's just somebody that has good mechanics of recording, mixing, reproducing sound, working in live audiences. So I'm more of a live audio engineer rather than like a broadcaster. Usually we just really use our training and knowledge to help boost musicians to sound their best. For the most part, we're either setting up some mics and adjusting to what they need, fixing monitors, anything that they need done to the PA system is yeah. It's pretty much it.
Okay.
So like it's on the verge of production, but there's so many different types of audio engineers. So yep, that's just like a basic definition.
And from an outsider's perspective, because I've never done this before, and obviously he's got experience, but like when you think of mixing live versus mixing at home, you're more dynamic because you don't have a chance to replay, and that volume on something might get too loud after you felt like it was at its perfect volume. So if you've ever like in a car and your new stereo system or whatever, and you're just kind of finicky with the EQ, you always, that song sounds too, so you pop open the EQ and you and now it sounds better. That's very similar to what it's like live mixing. Like you're thinking, that reverb hit over here too loud in the crowd. I need to make sure that something's reverberating over here. I gotta cut that reverb down.
Yeah.
Or little things like that. I can't hear that vocalist. He needs to be boosted up. Or
what's going on in the earpiece?
So ears are. I think that's the coolest thing. Yeah, I think that's the coolest thing about audio engineering is you're always listening. So you're when you're on live, when you're on a set and you're focusing on music, really what you're like hearing is the treble. That's really what you're focusing on. Your lows are kind of like on a different EQ side of the board. So you're kind of like listening to your highs first, and then you kind of listen to your lows, and then you kind of see what's going on with the rhythm section. It's kind of like I said, like Futo and Real were kind of getting at, like it's very organized. It's very organized.
But what is the artist here? So like you see the earpiece when they go up on stage. What are they hearing in the earpiece?
They hear the whole track. Yeah, so you're either hearing your like a monitor, so like you're monitoring yourself, so you're getting feedback, right? You're hearing your exact vocals, or it's gonna be
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Or it's gonna be the track. You know what I'm saying? So you can keep or a metronome or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah, drummers use metronomes a lot. Like they'll play the same exact track, but they have the metronome on, so that way they can keep track of their drumming.
Yeah, it's literally for drummers. It's literally called a play track.
Or even for vocalists, they might have everything but their vocals in their ears, so that way they don't hear an echo or any latency, and they can get it out cleaner. Anything like like background vocals or any layers that are added like that, they might take that out, but it plays on the big speakers, so everybody you're still hearing it, but in your headphones it's kind of blocking it, so you can get a better sound here of just
okay.
Depends on like venues and artists and their style, because like I bet Metallica is way different than like Lil Wayne.
Yeah. It's a lot of leveling, because like I've like that festival. I was opening for that festival, and we only had like a 10-minute sound check, and it was a great show, but it just shows it. If we had a real 30-minute sound check, definitely things would have been better in order. Like when you're playing live music, there's just so much like rundown to go through. Like it's not the process of like of course it's not the process, but like when you're audio recording, it's just I don't know, it's a whole different type of feel, you know.
What would you, slightly unrelated but related, what would you suggest to an artist preparing for a live show when it comes to like cardio and stamina and being able to sing and have like dynamic movement on stage?
Practice, girl. Rehearsals. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is practice. Like you're not like we kind of talked about this too, Swilla. Like you're not just gonna get up overnight and make a new genre, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta put some blood, sweat, and tears into any kind of craft that you want to be more than average at, you know. So I'll send you some. I have a whole bunch of. My mom's literally a music therapist, so she does vocal training classes, she does guitar classes, she's always teaching people. So I'll send you some
hook
shit.
Me up.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because like that's I feel like that's the next step for me. Obviously, continuing learning how to just make the music sound better, tightening up the flow, lyrics, all that, but also like getting stamina for actually doing live shows. So when the time comes, I'm already ready and I don't have to worry about getting ready in a short amount of time.
Exactly.
You guys ever heard of Mark Rebelit?
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Maybe.
No.
I'll look him up real quick.
He is like an improv musician.
He's so funny.
Phenomenal. Like this guy.
Oh yeah. I know this guy, dude. I know this guy. Yeah,
That's the guy you gotta emulate. If you want to emulate anybody right now, his shit's hitting hard. So funny, man. I don't know what it is.
Oh wait, is that the guy who kind of freestyles on a piano rap style?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he did. Sort of. It was like your new morning alarm or some shit. He played.
Yes. That's crazy. I didn't even have to see a picture. I knew.
He's so funny, bro.
Yeah, that guy's funny. See, that's a really brand. Funny. I find that as almost like a double threat because he obviously could make branded content outside of music because he's clearly got a sense of humor on top of the music. That's the same thing with the comedian Morgan J. He does like sing. I don't know if you guys know him, but his name is Morgan J. and he does singing. Like he has a piano player and he sings and does comedy at the same time. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Like the auto-tune shit. Yeah.
Okay. I see a lot of people that'll they come up with songs. Think about Adam Sandler, how he used to do it. You know,
True.
Like there's a lot of really good markets for that kind of multimedia show. There was somebody who started doing that shit first. It was like
Weird Al. Weird Al.
Oh yeah, Weird Al Yankovic.
Yep, Weird Al for sure.
Shout out.
Weird Al.
There was
shout out the GOAT.
Somebody else too.
How do y'all feel about that though? That like meme songs.
Does that mean
I don't even?
Does the
I don't know.
troll guy count?
Yeah, I mean, I guess all troll. I guess we're talking about troll music. I don't even, bro. I guess troll music is just entertainment at this point, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But hear me out. Like so many big artists kind of get their like Lil Nas and Doja Cat. Like I feel like a lot of artists they get their debut from meme music.
But I feel like
I mean, what's his name? The dude that used to be with the pink.
Pink guy.
Doji.
Yeah, Doji. Yeah, pink guy.
Yep.
I was gonna say Gucci Gang, but.
Gucci Gang.
Oh, you talking about Lil Pump?
Yeah, Lil Pump. That's what I thought you guys were meaning.
Like a meme.
My man, love do cocaine.
Be a meme.
Well, do you not remember like the Kanye West? I fucking love it with Lil Pump and shit. Like that was a joke. That was a meme song for sure.
Poopity scoop. Yeah, bro.
Oh, that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I was bringing that up.
Well, that has a whole story.
Oh, you're talking about. I know what song you're talking. You're talking about. You're such a fucking hoe. I love it. Bro, there's some bangers, bro. Some bangers.
Yeah, but where that came from something originally. Like I don't remember why they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like.
But it was a meme.
Yeah, it was some black lady, and they like, I don't know what it was, I forget. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the episode. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, bro. You guys are the goats. Shout out Endeavor. You guys want to shout out Endeavor real quick?
Yeah, let's do real quick. Shout out the Endeavor Beat channel, the Endeavor eSport channel, and our main channel Endeavor, where we feature almost all of our artists. We do AMVs for everybody. We do visualizers.
Live streams.
Kind of trying to live streams too. Thank you so much. And then obviously check out some of our affiliate groups. I'll let Swillow kind of take that one on there, I guess.
Yep. So shout out to Cat's Got Chaos, Chronically Online.
Let's go.
Check me out, Swillow Spotify. And then also shout out to kind of like a new content group kind of in the midst of forming that has Endeavor Esports included, Charlie included, and a bunch of awesome vloggers, gamers, music makers called the Triforce House.
Woo!
Exclusively on YouTube. Go check it out.
You are
Hell yeah.
And for any more
let's get it.
information on Endeavor, y'all can hit up www.neverendeavor.com. I'm running that right now, kind of organizing it, going through different visuals and adding more pages and more content. So eventually, that'll be the hub for everything to be kind of linked to everything.
Hey.
So
We
Hell yeah.
keep an eye on.
we
that.
stream every
Growing.
Sorry, real. But we stream every Friday, or every Saturday, sorry, 5 p.m. is doing music reviews. So check us out, and submit your songs if you want to get some live reviews on that, and you want to hear what we think.
Hell
We'll give it to you
yeah.
honestly.
EST.
And you guys got some events coming up in October, don't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely, we got a Halloween event coming up. We got two
Yeah.
actually. We got an album coming up really soon, dropping with all of the people within Endeavor right now. Everyone's working kind of hard at that. And then, of course, we have I think the Triforce event that we've kind of
Yeah.
merged into this thing. So I think coming up, we're going to have a large stream with everybody, gaming, music reviews, anything really within the day.
Lots
and
of drinking.
if nobody,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Woo!
And whoever, we might even do 2 streams, I'm thinking, maybe to break it up if there's too many people wanting to join. So we might have one on the 30th and one on the 31st, just to kind of, back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
Divide it up a little bit.
check us out, man.
Be
Yeah,
there,
man.
be square.
Big plans. Big
Absolutely.
plans.
And I did want to give you guys a shout out for allowing me on your staff. We had a nice little
yeah,
meeting
yeah.
last night. I
Welcome.
appreciate you guys. Thank you for adding me to the team. I really appreciate that. So
Absolutely,
same
bro.
with you, Swillow, with the Chronically
Yeah.
Online. You guys are so cool, man. I really appreciate this outlet for this community, man. Real good shit.
Hey, man.
Hey, that's
Surround ourselves with good people. That's the point.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Chronically Online, make sure to look out next Friday. We're recording an episode with Charlie himself.
Let's
so
go!
He's coming on.
Let's go.
Wait.
Yeah.
Don't miss it.
Oh, bro.
You like feet? All right. Anyway.
Yo, we out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, stream. Peace out, YouTube. Yo, what's up, you lovely people? Hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was so fun. Collaborating with Futo, Real, and my girl Swillow. Please like and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow all the socials. The link to Virtually Underground will be down below in the description. Yeah, peace out, guys. Have a good one.